What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darren's Competitive Pokemon. Going to be rolling a game on PTCGO with Decidueye Zoroark. I think this deck is super good. It's got a lot of potential in the current standard format. It's gaining quite a bit of hype amongst competitive players heading into the Memphis Regional Championships. A buddy of mine, Riley, just ended up winning a local league cup. Well, not local. It was actually in West Virginia with Decidueye Zoroark. I think that the deck just has a lot of neat things going on for it right now, so that is pretty cool. I do like the way that the lists are evolving. You know, playing the Mewtwo Evo is really good against Buzzwole. I've put that back into my list. I think playing the stand-in Zoroark is also really good, just giving you an option to be able to take some one-hit knockouts against decks like Volcanion. And there he is, Mewtwo Evo. And this is just a great opening hand for this deck. I mean, you can see that I've started the Mewtwo. I've got, a couple Rowlets, a couple Tapu Leles. Oh, boy. It does look like I am going to be playing against a Garbodor deck, though. That is no good for... you know what? We'll go ahead and start the Mewtwo, sure. That is no good for a Decidueye deck, but I do have, access to Zoroark. So, maybe I can overcome my weakness there by attacking with Zoroark. Oh, they are playing, oh my goodness, they are playing Noivern, and at this point, I've got, I've got 3 of these basics down, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab an N, because I don't really need to bridge it, so not that one, I want the N. So I'm going to grab the N, take a quick look through my deck. Looks like I've got a decent amount of resources in there. I do have, 2 field blowers in deck, so that's good. And the reason why I don't need to bridge it there is because at that point I have 3. I mean, you can see I'm not going to get, a maximum, I'm not going to get, kind of maximum usage out of a Bridget there. So I definitely had to go ahead and end. And at this point, you figure my opponent is probably going to start item locking me relatively soon, but not yet. So that's fine. I think so long as I can get that Zoroark out, which I should be able to get out on turn 2, then I should be okay. I am going to put this Rowlet down, and I'll pass. Turn 2, we're looking like we could do Ultra Ball for Zoroark. Ultra Ball for Zoroark, right? GX. And then we can actually Guzma up, something on my opponent's side of the field, attach DCE, and then Riotous Beating for a knockout. Like, that's not bad. Maybe I could have left a bench space open here for, my other Lele. But honestly, I don't really want a board position with another Lele. Like, that would be annoying. Let's see. My opponent is giving me 20, 40. Okay. I do 40 damage with the Mewtwo. I think I'd rather Riotous Beating here. So let's just go ahead and let's Ultra Ball away the... I could Ultra Ball away the Lele. And the rare candy, that's fine. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab a Zoroark. I could grab this Zoroark, and stand in. Okay, maybe I should have because I want to draw cards. Ooh, yeah, yep, nope. So we're getting the Zoroark GX done, and then let's Guzma up. I guess one of those Trubbishes. Yep, let's do that. We'll Guzma a Trubbish. And we are going to go in with our own Zoroark here. And then we're going to trade. I mean, so we've left our hand kind of skimpy here. But, I wanted to be aggressive, get going. This is cool. All right. And I've got myself an end. So hopefully my opponent does not get a turn 2 Garbotoxin lock. Like, that would be good. If I could just have one more turn with my abilities, that would be great. But by promoting the Trubbish here, I have to think they got a Float Stone in their hand that they're just waiting to play. And they also have the Ultra Ball. So, that is a little concerning, making me think, oh, they're going for the Noivern GX. So, maybe they have a Garbodor in hand. I have to think they got the Float Stone, though, if they are, okay, they want to make sure they use their own Wonder Tag first. Maybe they do have a Float Stone. If they don't have a Float Stone, I'm not exactly sure why they went ahead and promoted the Trubbish. Let's take a look at this Noivern GX, though. Distort. Your opponent can't play any item cards from their hands, so 2 energy to attack, 50 damage. It's not that much damage at the end of the day. But then they have the Sonic Volume. Your opponent can't play special energy cards from their hand. So that is super annoying. And 50 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Boom Burst GX. That is annoying, too. Oh, goody. It looks like they did go ahead and get the enhanced hammer. They are quickly on their way to stomping me this game. This is looking bad. I mean, they've got turn two. This is like, this is like Garbo. This is like Garbodor Quaking Punch, kind of is like what I'm dealing with right now. And now I can't even knock out that Garbodor. I can't like use the item. I'm just stuck. Like this is bad. I cannot use my because I have a field blower right here, right? But I can't. I can't use it because he just item locked me. So now I'm just gonna sit here, kind of just waiting, and this is horrible. I definitely lose now, right? Like this is like I'm not just they got the turn two enhanced hammer, Garbodor, and item lock. Like that is really bad for me. I don't really know what more I could have done there. I tried knocking out one of the Trubbishes. I guess I couldn't really knock out that active Noibat. If I had gone for maybe Lele for Sycamore instead, I could have hoped that I maybe hit a Floatstone, but I don't play a lot of Floatstones in the deck. So my opponent here is just going to hope that they can kind of wear away at me. Like they are not doing a lot of damage with that Distort, and if they ever decide to break the item lock, then I am going to be able to take advantage of that by setting, by field blowering my opponent and setting up some Decidueyes here. Now I do get a double colorless energy. That is good, but I'm not exactly sure where I should place it. We already know at this point my opponent does play enhanced hammers. I guess I should probably just throw it on the active position, here, and try to put some pressure on my opponent. Maybe my opponent will decide not to item lock me this turn. Maybe they'll go for Sonic Volume for the knockout, and then I can, that's why I didn't Sycamore this hand, because if they were to go for Sonic Volume there, then I could Rare Candy, Decidueye, Field Blower, and Sycamore, which would be really good for me. And they're just going to stick this thing active. That is very frustrating. Wow. And they kind of seem to know what they're doing here with this deck. They are just going to poke around on my side of the field and wait for me to make some sort of compromising play. I could Sycamore here, go for a double colorless. That just seems rough. I can't attach a Floatstone. That seems rough. I think we do have to Sycamore, and I think we have to hope we hit our other Guzma, really. What other option do we have? I don't really think that there's much else that I can do. I'm just looking for the other Guzma so that I can knock out that Garbodor, but even if I knock out the Garbodor, I'm still going to be item locked, which is like really bad for me. That's just like really bad. So, I'm only playing one Guzma in this list too, so I can't even get the other Guzma. I have to get a grass energy so that I can hollow hunt for it. So if I do get a grass energy, I can hollow hunt. That will be good. Hopefully my opponent does end me into a grass here. They do attach that. I do not get a grass. They do attach that third energy. Are they going to go for a Boom Burst or a Sonic Volume? No, they're just going to keep that lock up. They know I got things like Max Potions, Floatstones. I'll be able to deal with whatever pressure they send my way. I am just going to end again. We really have to hit a grass here, but I'm trying not to be that wasteful. This is rough. Okay, so that's it. We end. We didn't get what we needed, and we pass. And on to my opponent's turn. They are probably just going to Distort again. I guess they're more than likely going to try and set up another Garbodor or something like that. Plumeria. Oh, my gosh. That is horrible. This is really rough for me, just being able to discard that energy on the bench there. This deck is ridiculous. This deck seems really tough to deal with. And they did. So they broke the item lock finally. So I am going to be able to do some things here. Let's see what we got. Now, I unfortunately do not have a field blower in my hand, and I do have one in the discard pile. So that is pretty calculated on my opponent's part. Now, I did forget that attack does prevent me from attaching double colorless energy, so that was probably a little bit of a misplay there. But, what can I do really? This is just a bad situation all around. Let's see. We probably want to put this onto the Mewtwo. That seems fine. And then let's special charge, throw some double colorless energy back into the deck, and we're gonna end. And I guess we're hoping we hit our last field blower or grass. I guess we did not get hardly anything here that is useful. This is just all bad all around. And now I'm stuck up here with Zoroark. I did get the Floatstone though, so that's good. And I can't do anything. So let's see. I don't want to keep this Zoroark in the active position. I think I'm just going to retreat into like the Rowlet. And maybe my opponent can just knock that out with Distort a couple of times, and then I'll start being able to attach double colorless energy again. That'd be great. My opponent did get Field Blower. This is just a frustrating matchup. Now, I can't imagine that Noivern is very good against, like, oh my gosh, Acerolas too. This is really, really ugly. Like, this just hurts. This hurts my soul. Like, turn 2 item lock and ability lock. Like, what year is this? Like, this just hurts. I don't know. Oh my gosh. And they're just like, they don't care about the ability lock at this point because they know that like they're just going to be able to keep using Sonic Volume, and you know it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I'll put that choice band there. I can't do anything, so this is fine. They could just, you know, they know that I've got a dead hand. I've got nothing going on here. They've removed enough of my energy. Now they're just going to keep me from attaching energy. They know I can't get multiple Decidueye into play, and they know one Field Blower is down, so the odds of that happening are extremely minimal. I'm just going to sit here and get my butt kicked. Like, this is what this is looking like. Like, this is all bad all the time. My deck has no answer for this. I do have a Max Potion. I'm going to use that on my Zoroark. That's probably the best I could do here, and we're going to pass. I would just have to hope that my opponent eventually uses Distort instead of Sonic Volume, but they're smarter than that. They're not going to do that because they know that, you know, they've got me in a position where Sonic Volume is definitely the play. Oh, now they're going to go ahead and bring up the Zoroark. That's good. Are they going to Distort me? No, of course not. Here goes Sonic Volume again. This is just bad, bad, bad. Another double colorless energy. Insult to injury. Just finish me, man. Finish me. There's nothing I could do. This is so brutal. Oh my goodness. So this is it, guys. I mean, pretty cool deck. My opponent here is showing off Shadow89. So props to you, Shadow89. I'm going to upload this video just so you all can see this unique deck. I have not seen a Noivern GX Garbodor deck yet. I feel like this deck that he's playing is like, feels very similar to Toad Garb, you know, with that Quaking Punch and Garbodor lock back in the day. Now my opponent is just going to be able to Boom Burst for knockout on my Mewtwo and end the game pretty swiftly. So that's it. I mean, there's not really anything I could do to save me. I can't, you know, bridge it for anything that's going to be useful. So we'll just go ahead and I will play it, sure. But it's not going to help at this point. Nothing I can do. And we'll Energy Drive, give it the good old college try, but my opponent here is just going to be able to finish this game off with that Boom Burst GX on the Mewtwo. And that's it. My opponent beat me almost 6-0. I don't really know why they are going ahead and, you know, going to get another Noivern just to stunt on me, just to show me they could. Maybe they don't see the Boom Burst play. I don't really know. But anyways, super impressive deck on my opponent's side of the field. I wonder how often, you know, they got access to Garbodor too, so that's pretty cool. I feel like this deck obviously would take a loss to Gardevoir, right? I mean, a Gardevoir GX would just like shred this thing completely. But, you know, against the right deck, a Noivern GX deck, I guess it can be very good. So there you have it, Noivern GX. Thank you all for watching the video, even though it was really brutal. I'm going to go ahead and show off the list real quick just to show you guys what I am working with as far as Decidueye Zoroark goes. I think it's a good deck so long as you're not playing against Noivern GX. But hey, I mean, every day, that's why we're here. We learned something new, right? I hadn't seen that deck before. So anyways, let's check out this list real quick and see what we got. This is pretty standard from what I'm seeing now. Some people are taking out the 1 Mallow, maybe going down to 1 Mallow and still playing 2 Guzmas. You know, some people are still playing 3 Evosudas. Some people are only playing 2 Dartrix. But, you know, and then some people are choosing between the Zoroark and the Mewtwo. In fact, if you want to see a pretty good, write-up on Decidueye Zoroark, a buddy of mine, Andrew Wambolt, just released one on the Charizard Lounge. He released an article where he talks about this deck a little bit. on there. So head over to the Charizard Lounge if you'd like to see some more discussion on Decidueye. Thank you all for watching the video, tuning in. Peace.